Hello and welcome to Nan Loves Food. I am Ann here today with a grocery haul for you. So I went to Walmart and got a bunch of stuff. Actually, Walmart brought me a bunch of stuff. I did the grocery delivery and they were out of a few things, but we still got a pretty good haul here. So let's get a cup of coffee and I'll show you what we got. If you have an espresso Virtuo and you have not had the vanilla custard pie coffee, first of all, it is so pretty. All the Nespresso coffees are just, they've got the lovely foam. I think it's really appropriate to have a clear coffee mug. Like I literally bought these with my Nespresso because I just think it adds something to be able to see it. And I like pretty things. This vanilla custard pie, normally I would think that that would be way too sweet for me, but it's not actually sweet. It's just like got that warm vanilla-y flavor to the coffee and there's no sweetness to it at all. So it's just really good. They really took a careful hand with their vanilla and they didn't make it taste like candy. Cheers. All right, so frozen foods. Chopped onions are such a blessing in the kitchen when you do not want to chop an onion. Go ahead and buy them in the freezer. That doesn't hurt anybody. We got some peas. We got broccoli stir fry, which has all kinds of goodness in there, including mushrooms, which will make Matthew sad. Got some riced cauliflower. For me, this is just a quick and easy lunch to throw some protein on top and call it good. Maybe a little soy sauce or something. This seasoning blend is one of my new favorite finds from Walmart. This has onion, celery, red peppers, green peppers, and parsley flakes. So this is just a really good base for a lot of meals. Highly recommend picking up a couple of bags of this. Also grab some white rice with veggies. These were on an Ibotta, so I went ahead and picked these up. They are cauliflower hash browns. So they're not actually that low carb. They have 19 grams of carbs in 2 hash browns. So they're a little low carb, but not completely. 2 grams of dietary fiber and a little bit of protein. So we'll give those a go. The ingredient list is very clean. So we'll see if they're any good. This is a staple in our household. This is great in stir fries or salads or as a topper for a sandwich or a taco. We use this stuff all the time. Grabbed 1 packet of ramen for a recipe that I'm working on. Not something we normally buy, but you know, every now and again. Velveeta also for a recipe I'm working on, although I totally eat this stuff. You can be a cheese snob and still love Velveeta, I say so. We have ranch style beans. If you have not had this brand, this appetite pleasing, real Western flavor ranch style beans, these are so stinking good. If you like a savory baked bean, these are your beans. These are also amazing as like a red beans and rice situation with this. Just do a little of this and some rice and voila, you have red beans and rice. 2 cans of garbanzo beans. This was another Ibotta thing, not normally something I would purchase, but I like these, I don't know how to say this, is it soja? Juices. I like their green juice very much. So we'll give this digestion one a try. We have some buttermilk, which I bought to brine turkeys in. So I was reading this book, How Chefs Holiday, and they said, one of the chefs said that they brine their turkey in buttermilk, which I had never done before. And so I ordered a turkey and some buttermilk, and they brought me buttermilk and no turkey. So we'll have to hold on that. Luckily, we've got a little time before this guy goes bad, so we'll see if we can get our hands on a turkey. I normally don't buy this kind of crap, but it just sounded good. It's getting cold and feeling frosty in the air, so frosted sugar cookie sounded delicious. Normally, if this stuff is too sweet, I give it to my aunt, and that's fine. But I like trying them. We have some little smokies, again, for a recipe that I'm testing, not something we normally purchase, but you know, they're just delicious every now and again. Got some pork chorizo that I'm gonna mix up with some potatoes for a breakfast. Turkey smoked sausage is a staple in our house. I always like to have some on hand. And since we had that for dinner this week, we needed to replace the stockpile. And this stuff lasts basically forever. So it is November and it says that I need to use it by February. So this is a great quick thing to have on hand if you just need some protein. Got 2 of these hams. This is just the pre-diced ham. This is so good for easy quick meals, just like the turkey smoked sausages. Got some Sargento snack bites. And okay, this is a total pet peeve of mine. On the back of this, there is a $1 off coupon that Walmart did not use. Like, it's literally right there. Anyways, I know I'm asking too much, but that makes me crazy. You were gonna give me $1 off and then chose not to. Makes me mad. So that was also an Ibotta. I'm sure Matthew will absolutely love those. These are the sharp white cheddar and mild yellow cheddar. Sharp cheddar Sargentos, always a welcome item in our house. I grabbed some curry powder. One of the recipes I grew up with for Thanksgiving leftovers was curried turkey. That was a big thing that we had in our house and always one of my favorite meals. So I got this, again, I was gonna brine my turkey and have leftovers and make curried turkey. So I'm gonna have to get my hands on a turkey before too long. Quartered artichoke hearts, those are good all the time in all kinds of things. Grab some Guatemala olives, which are one of my favorites. They did give me sliced and pitted, which is not what I ordered. This was a substitution, but that will just make my life that much easier. So thanks, Walmart. Turkey bags for my turkey that I didn't get. Are you noticing a theme? Turkey baster. Guess why? Still don't have a turkey. All right. This is new to me. I have never seen these before. They are called minute mushrooms. They are sauteed portobello mushrooms in a little pouch. So Matthew won't eat mushrooms and they're kind of a pain in the butt to cook. The ingredient list is mushrooms, waxy rice starch, sunflower oil, salt, and white pepper. So they're pretty clean. I don't know what waxy rice starch is as opposed to regular rice starch, but we'll give those a go. If I can add mushrooms to my food and not to Matthew's, that would be amazing. So happy to give those a shot. And then we come to the pasta. So there was a cremette Ibotta, so I grabbed some of that. Chickpea pasta, which I really like, and I love how much protein, 22 grams of protein in a serving with these chickpea pastas. I don't have a particular brand preference with this. They're all kind of the same to me. They're still pretty high in carbs, but they have so much fiber, so, and tons of protein. So that was some veggies mixed for a great lunch for me. Macaroni, penne, and then we got some shells, and then some tricolor rotini. And then I got some dirty rice, which I don't know that I've ever had the Zatarain's version of that, but I've been craving dirty rice, and real dirty rice it's a whole thing to make it right. And I just didn't want to. I just want some rice. So we'll see if that's any good. It does say just add meat, which I did not notice when I was purchasing it. So you do pick a protein, it says. But yeah, we'll give that a go and see if it's any good. So I just started using Ibotta again. That was something that I did back in kind of my couponing days. I did have couponing days. I really loved it when I did it. I kind of had to put couponing down when I was working full-time and getting my MBA. That was just not a combination of things that, you know, I just couldn't squeeze it in there. So I had to stop. And also kind of as my income rose, you know, when I was working in restaurants, my income was pretty low. And so the dollars that I saved meant a lot more to my grocery budget than they do now that I'm an MBA and working in finance, so I've got a higher salary. So my dollar per hour difference has varied a lot in that time. But I am enjoying getting back into it a little bit, not because the buck or two that I'm saving makes a huge difference. What I am finding is, first of all, they are highlighting products that I would have bought anyways. So I have certainly made the mistake in my early couponing days, especially when I was in college and didn't quite know what I was doing, where I would end up spending more on groceries than I would have because I bought all of this crap that I never would have bought otherwise. So I bought a lot of convenience food that was a good deal, but it wasn't necessarily healthy or something I would have purchased anyways. So definitely if you are gonna do something like Ibotta, you're gonna go try and save more money on your groceries, which is commendable, I totally appreciate, then only buy the stuff that you would have bought anyways, but also you can use sources like Ibotta to find things that perhaps you wouldn't have noticed. I've found, especially living life in quarantine here, you know, not going out much, having groceries delivered, you kind of miss that poking around the grocery store and finding new things. And so for me in this time, being able to have something like Ibotta allows me to do that kind of poking and find things like cauliflower hash browns that I didn't know existed. I wouldn't have gone looking for them on the app, but because I'm using Ibotta, I have that inspiration to say, hey, well, that sounds like something we would enjoy. So I purchased them. So not to say that like Ibotta is definitely worth your time or money or whatever, but if you haven't checked it out or you haven't checked it out in a while, you might give it a go. This is not a sponsored video by any stretch. They don't know that I'm talking about them. But right now they do have a free Thanksgiving dinner, which is why, more than likely why I couldn't get a turkey at Walmart, because it includes a free turkey. So that's why Walmart is probably out of turkeys. So I'll leave my referral link down below. I think you get, it's like $5 or $10 free if you use my link. So if you haven't signed up for Ibotta before, click that link, check out the free Thanksgiving dinner thing. It is a limited time offer. So if you're not watching this in early November of 2020, it might not be available still, but I don't know, I'm having fun with it. It's something different. It's inspiring some different things in my grocery cart instead of just buying the same things over and over again, which for me personally makes me bored. So I don't want to be bored with my food. That is not something I find enjoyable at all. So click the link in the description below, check out Ibotta. And also while we're at it, I do want to show you the other place I'm getting groceries from these days. So we bought this house in August and a lot of people were giving me crap about starting a garden so late in the season. But I just wanted to say, we are still getting a really decent amount of produce out of this garden right now. So this is my lettuce bed. So I will just come out here, and we're doing the cut and come again style lettuce. So I can just come out here, pull leaves off the side. You can see where we've done that here. Just pull what we need for dinner. And I've got great salads with a variety of lettuces, as well as little radishes to go on my salad. These are my beets. They're doing pretty well themselves. I've definitely harvested quite a few out of there. You can see the holes where those were beets, and then we ate them and they were delicious. These are mustard greens. Aren't they absolutely just beautiful? The color, I don't know if the camera is catching just how stunning that color is, but they're really lovely. I think I have cabbage moths or something that is eating this. These are collards. We did get a good harvest off of them a while back, and now they're just, somebody's eating them. The cabbage moths or whatever have also gotten to my kohlrabi, but we're still gonna have a pretty good harvest here, I think. Like, this guy is pretty much ready to go. Kohlrabi is not something that I was familiar with until I had a father-in-law who gardened a lot, and this was a staple in their garden. It's absolutely delicious. It's got kind of a mild cucumbery flavor, but it's like the texture of it is more like a carrot kind of texture, but the flavor of a cucumber. It's really delicious and it makes really good slaws, and it's really good in salads. These are my carrots. They are not quite ready to go yet, but we are getting there. I've never grown carrots before, so this was exciting for me. This is my bed of choys. Obviously we've got some yellowing on the leaves, but it has been quite cold, so I don't know if that's the reason. But this is regular bok choy like you would purchase in the store. I can come and get entire heads of it, or I can do the cut and come again on this. And this is a yellow hearted choy here. Isn't it so pretty? It almost looks like a floral. The moths have gotten to my kale, but they are still fighting, man. So this is a Tuscan or dinosaur kale. Yeah, we've been kind of leaving that alone and letting it do its thing, because I haven't actually harvested any of this because it's been so beat up. Speaking of beets, ha ha ha, beat up, get it? Hilarious. And look how stinking gorgeous my peas are. So as I'm filming this, it is November 9th, and We are way, way, way late in the garden season in Indiana, but somehow we are still getting beauties like this. Got all different colors of the purple. These seeds were from Baker's Creek. So gorgeous, so happy. This bed is mostly empty. I tried to grow Romanesco, but again, I think we've got the cabbage moths. But this guy is still trying, bless his heart. This whole bed was full of them, and they just didn't quite make the transfer. There's my trusty gardening partner, Gizmo. Gizmo, say hi. This is spinach here. So again, we're doing the cut and come again. So we've been harvesting off this a ton. Just again, picking around the edges and letting the new growth grow. This is also a soft, buttery kind of lettuce. So delicious. That was actually a free seed packet from Baker's Creek, and it's the best lettuce I've had this year in terms of germination. We've got more beets over there. I actually planted way too many in the beet bed and had to transfer a bunch so that it wasn't overrun. So I transplanted them. I know you're not supposed to do that, but look, it turned out okay. You can also eat the beet greens. I personally think they're gross, but to each their own. And then the final bed is kind of sad. This is where the zucchini was. Just need to get that covered with some mulch before it gets too cold here. And then I planted some little kohlrabies going around. So if you didn't see much produce in our haul, that's why. That's because we're getting a lot of the produce from the garden. And I absolutely love that. I am in no way an expert gardener, but this has been a really fun experiment for me. I had never grown a fall garden before, and it's actually pretty easy in terms of gardening. It doesn't quite, you just don't have the competition with the weeds that you do, especially because I'm using a raised bed situation. It's pretty awesome. And to be able to walk outside and get fresh lettuce, and it's not rotting in my crisper drawer, I just get to come out and grab it. Obviously it's really dirty, the produce that grows in the dirt. Go figure, huh? So it takes a little more time to wash, but a small price to pay for fresh, organic, delicious produce that I grew in my backyard. Well, thank you so much for hanging out today. If you haven't already, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. I am doing some recipe testing for a cookbook that I plan to release at the end of November, so the end of this month. It's not a formal cookbook in that there are formal recipes that you have to follow. Instead, it's called No Emergency Takeout. And the idea is, what food can you make and throw together in 10 to 15 minutes to feed your family quickly, easily, and inexpensively without having to go for carryout or having to go through a drive-through? Because first of all, that's just so expensive, and second of all, it's probably not the healthiest option. Not that all of these choices are like the healthiest options, but at least there's something you can throw together and feed your family and not have to worry about leaving the house. And it's all with stuff that you can keep on hand. So no fresh produce required for any of this. So No Emergency Takeout will be available for sale in the next couple of weeks. So definitely stay tuned to my Instagram. I will be announcing it over there when it is ready to go into the world, but I'm super excited. Today I'm gonna use some of the groceries that I purchased at Walmart to take photos. Yeah, so stay tuned to my Instagram, and if you're not already on our mailing list, head on over to Nan Loves Food, Nan lovesfood.com. Sign up for the mailing list, and that way you'll be up on all of the exciting things happening in Nan's corner of the internet. So thank you so much for watching today. Appreciate you being here. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.